Hey there. I am finally back for an update. I know it's been quite a while since I even made my first few videos, but I am back for the 30-day update, and I intended to do more videos along the way, but I found it really difficult to start a reselling business and get the listings done and make videos, edit videos, upload, that kind of thing. So I did make some videos, but I just didn't get a chance to really compile things the way I wanted to. So I just decided to focus on my listings, focus on getting items out as quickly as possible. So overall, I think I had typically about a 1-day turnaround time. I have my listings posted as a 2-day turnaround time. I'm feeling pretty good about that. 30-day report is that I've had, let me pull it up here. I currently have 100 active listings and I've had 21 orders. I did not meet my goal of getting the 250 listings done for the month of March, but it didn't take me long to realize that was just a really lofty goal alongside working full-time, being a full-time mom, all those things. So I am feeling actually pretty good about how much stuff I've gotten listed and been able to move, because with 100 active listings still and 21 orders in my first 30 days, I'm feeling pretty good about that. And my total so far has been $2,200. So I am really excited about that, and I hope to see those numbers grow. And so far, my inventory is just out of my house, just stuff I have that I'm cleaning out. And I have had a few things that people gave me, and I've got some stuff that I've found around the house that you order something, it comes in, maybe you realize you didn't really need it, but you miss your return window, and now you've got that box sitting on the shelf in the basement collecting dust, and it gets buried behind other stuff. You forget you even have it, and there it is. So once you start cleaning out, you're like, oh, there it is. Forgot I even had this, but definitely don't need it now. So there's been some stuff I've posted on Marketplace. So that $2,200, that actually does not even account for the stuff that I've sold on Marketplace. And Marketplace items have been bigger items that I didn't want to have to ship, didn't want to have to pack up. Had one of those outdoor like lawn dart axe throwing things that I got for the kids, and they liked it for 2 days, and then it sat in the basement collecting dust. So I was like, hey, it's spring break, let's throw it on Marketplace, see if somebody buys it. And they did, and they bought it for almost what they could have gotten it off Amazon. Great. So lots of stuff that's gone out. I would say that in the last 30 days, Marketplace and eBay combined, I think we're probably looking at least $3,500. That's just my rough estimate. And I have been keeping a spreadsheet, but I forgot to jump into that and check it before I got on here. So that's just going to be my estimate there. And also on Marketplace, like, you meet some neat people, and sometimes I just do porch pickups, so I don't really end up talking to the person other than just through messaging and stuff like that. But every now and then I'm actually available to step outside and say hello and that kind of thing, especially if it's somebody local. It's good to get to know people in your community and make connections where you can, and you never know what's going to come of it. That's been fun. And so I wanted to tell you some things that I have listed that I feel like is getting no traffic at all. And I think one of the things is I really want to just clean out the mess, get rid of the stuff that I know I don't need in my way, make room on my shelves in my basement, which is a huge mess right now because we're under construction. We've got reselling stuff going on, so that's a mess. It's not terrible, but moving things around, it's like the shelves start to explode a little bit before you can get everything listed and packed away a little bit more effectively in a little bit better of an order over on the inventory shelves. But yeah, just cleaning up that kind of mess, the construction, and got wedding planning going on, so that's both exciting and something extra to do. So just trying to keep it super simple, but at the same time, that is a component of what's going on in our everyday life. It's spring break, the kids are home. This is my first day off of their spring break, so I want to be able to do something fun with them outside of working the whole time that they're here for spring break. But we are going to go to the movies today, so that'll be fun. One of the reasons I started this is because I have a ton of books. I was a homeschool mom for years, and I have a ton of books. So I wanted to get the books out. I've watched videos of people getting their start with selling books on Amazon. That was actually my first goal, was to do FBA reselling. And I actually did send off one box a couple of weeks ago. And there's been some changes with Amazon FBA, and so I haven't really seen any sales from that yet. I don't know if I will. It was one box of books, so if I don't, I'm not gonna cry over it. It's not on my shelf anymore. I do think they were decently valuable books, but I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk if they don't go anywhere. I still have a ton of books on my shelf. I still wanna get them moved. However, I've listed a few on eBay to see, is FBA going to be better for books or eBay? I have had zero traffic on eBay for the books that I've listed. Now, maybe it's the ones I listed, maybe it's my price. I really don't know because I'm not getting any traffic. One thing that I recently listed in the media, because I thought, hey, media mail, that's easy, right? That's cheap, that's easy. One thing I found on my shelf, and as I'm walking through my house now, I'm looking at things differently. Oh, we don't need that, we don't need that, that's gone. And I'm looking for things that are like, somebody gave it as a gift, or even I bought it for the kids for Christmas, and it's just sitting on the shelf, brand new. They may have thought, oh, that's nice when they opened it, but they've never touched it again. It's sitting there collecting dust. So at this point, as I walk, I'm like, oh, I'll take that. I'll take that to the listing room. So one thing I found that I know that I purchased probably on eBay, I think, several years ago, is this new in box, still has the plastic wrap on it. It's the Anne of Green Gables trilogy. And I loved this when I was a kid, and I bought it for my daughter, who obviously could care less about it. And so I had to get past that she's not gonna like it like I did. But this, the median price on it, and it's sold recently a good bit, is like $65. So I actually have a few people watching this, which gives me the opportunity to send offers and things like that. I'm pretty excited about this one because I think it will sell. So that one I listed a few days ago, and I've been pretty pleased with the amount of traffic that I've gotten on it. At least I know there's some people out there searching for it instead of those books that are just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Also just trying to figure out, like, hey, if you haven't had any traffic on this in 2-3 months, like, just get rid of it, sit on it, what? And I'm sure that depends on your space, depends on all the stuff, but I don't know. If you've got any experience with that, leave a comment and let me know what you do. Do you have a time period where you're like, it's out of here, just taking it and donating it and getting that receipt to use as a tax write-off for loss of goods or whatever? Here is another set that I have had some traffic on. This is a I say homeschool, of course anybody can use it, but this is what I bought it for. It's called Draw and Write Through History, and it's got different time periods on each one. They're just really gorgeous books in my opinion. There's like cursive writing in there, so like handwriting. It's just got some really pretty artwork in here, and I was excited about it as a homeschool mom. My kids not so much. So every now and then I found things that they would get as excited as me, probably not as excited as me, but I would say I purchased this kind of toward the end of our homeschool journey, so these sat on the shelf. So they're brand new, and there is a set of 6 of them. I think that for a complete set, there was 8 books, but I had only purchased 6, but hey, we'll see what happens. Okay, something I found in the garage that is very dusty and needs a good wipe down is this 1/2-inch impact wrench. New, still sealed in the plastic. That's a Husky, so I think that's Home Depot. That I haven't listed yet, so I gotta give that a good wipe down and get some photos and get that listed. But it's a tool. I think it'll sell pretty quickly. Then I do have quite a haul that my brother gave me. So really my mom. My brother, my baby brother, moved out of the house when he got married a couple of years ago. And of course, he left behind a lot of stuff that he's been storing still because they're building a house. He's been storing at my mom's house, and she's okay, it's time to get it. The stuff that he didn't want, I just inherited. These are some bean boots. So I'm pretty excited about that. They're a size 12. They're in really good shape. They need a good cleanup, of course. There's still some mud on them. A little bit of wear on the heel there, but not near as much wear as the heels on the ones I have in the garage. So I think those should do pretty well. I've got these. I've got 3 of these. I don't know if they will sell. They were from a job he had for 3 weeks until he got a better, like an offer from our local power company. But this is a nice work shirt. It's the FR protective clothing. So if you're working around electricity for like electricians or whatever, I think I have 3 or 4 of them. So I figured I would just try to bundle them in a lot and just see what happens. They were gonna go to the thrift store anyway, so why not just try, see what happens. Okay, I did find this Matthews archery hat. There was a bunch of hats and most of them have been heavily used, so they're probably not going to be. They're probably going to the thrift store or even the garbage can. This one looks brand new, and this one had a pretty decent sell, had some sales that had been in the last 90 days for about $15 to $18, so I'm going to try to sell that one. This will look like a good find. This is a camo, quarter zip camo. The brand here is Bandad. I think that's an A. Here's what the tag looks like. Is that focusing? There we go. So that one looked like a pretty high dollar item. So I'm gonna check into that a little bit more. And there was some baseball pants, which they've got the typical like wear on them, but that's exactly what I did when I was looking for my daughter for some practice pants. Is I don't want to buy new pants for them to practice in and get all ratty and then have nasty looking pants for the game. So I think those will probably sell, even if there's 2 whites and a gray, so even if I were to put them in a bundle and do that, I don't know, I got to check comps on that. I haven't looked at that. Overall, there's a whole stack of pants. So some of them are just worn out blue jeans that may not make the cut, but there were a couple of the RF pants in there as well, the work pants. So I'm definitely see if those are listable. And there was a couple of American Eagle khakis and American Eagle navy blue dress pants and stuff like that. There was another pair of shoes, a pair of Clark's dress shoes from him. So I think those will probably do. Clark's is a good brand. So I'm gonna look at that and try to get some good photos. I did work on my photo setup a little bit. So it's not in its final resting place, but I do want to, I'm waiting on a couple of these projects to get done before I can put it where I want it. Because right now, currently, we have a big stack of LVP flooring. And as soon as we get that put down, then it's gonna free up a whole where I want to put my photo station. So currently it's upstairs in my normal office, making it very difficult to walk in there. So hopefully I'll get that taken care of pretty soon. There will be more construction going on next week when our guy comes back to do some more work, maybe get a little bit further along in that. We are planning to get away for the weekend and just enjoy the spring weather. We're going to Collinsville, Alabama to Trade Day, and if you've never been there, it is a huge flea market and a wonderful people watching time. Excellent corn dogs and fried pickles. So if you've never been, check it out. And if you have any experience to share, comments, likes, snide remarks, go ahead, throw them in the comments down below, and we'll see you soon for another update. Bye.